Hey, what are you doing there? Oh, you want a Street Fighter 6 review? Why don't you wait till June the 2nd? Oh, you don't want to wait? Alright, I guess let's go. Street Fighter has been around the top for many years. Popularity started around Street Fighter 2 era, which was in the 90s. Characters like Ryu and Ken often stand out the most in the series due to being featured in most of their Street Fighter games. Moving on 25 plus years, we now have Street Fighter 6, the latest installment in the fighting game series. First thing I want to talk about is the game overall and the presentation. We have seen many gameplay and had time to test out the beta. I feel like Capcom has done everything differently and a lot more modern to capture both fighting game community members and the casual audience. Street Fighter 6 has 18 characters, some characters returning from previous Street Fighter games and then some that are brand new to Street Fighter 6. Newer characters are mostly younger than the returning cast outside the main antagonist JP, Johan Petrovich, or Johan Petrovich. I don't know, I say Johan Petrovich, but yeah, that's his name. Some of the characters have previous styles to some of the old school characters from the Street Fighter series. For example, Luke has an uppercut and fireball, but has a bunch of other moves along with easy combos at the press of a button. Lily has some moves from unique fighter from previous games called T-Hawk. Kimberly has some moves from ninja character Guy, who originated in Final Fight but then joined the Street Fighter roster later in the Alpha series. Characters like Marissa, Manon, JP and Jamie are fresh off the boat and ready to be explored by you watching this video. Me personally, I like the new characters. They have this unique street feel. Luke wearing training gear, Kimberly representing her ninja skills and having spray cans. Marissa being a larger than usual hard-hitting female is amazing, as I like different types of characters in fighting games. JP looking elegant yet sinister, has everyone wanted to try out this character also. The in-game modes are sectioned off into 3 different parts. We have the World Tour mode, which is the one-player story mode, where you can create your avatar and meet key Street Fighters around the world and find out what is happening in the story. Battle Hub is the online universe where you meet other players, friends, and play against them on the old school arcade cabinets, play online, play old school games, and loads more. Your avatar created will be tied between World Tour mode and Battle Hub mode. Fighting Ground. This mode has story mode, which shows nice images and a narrator telling you the story about your chosen character's storyline in the game. Practice mode in this game is different to other top tier fighting games. This mode has so much to offer. You have a detailed frame data, slowdown options, a bundle of defensive options stuff, and so much more to explore. Then we have 1v1, whether it is computer versus computer, one player versus computer, or fighting against someone else. You can then do team battle, which is a group of characters versus another set of characters. Extreme match is for the casuals to kick back and have some fun with games doing various wacky and crazy challenges. The one that got me laughing is the Raging Bull. One thing in the past that makes casuals fall off fighting games so fast is the lack of guidance and direction when it comes to selecting your character. Some games give you the bare minimum, whereas Street Fighter 6 has given you training, tutorials, character guides, and combo trials. In the character guides, they actually give you great fundamental tips on what moves you should be using and what moves to look out for with your selected character. You've then got combo trials where you can perfect your combos when you fight against, your rival or your friend. Online lobbies allow you to play against others online. Not gonna lie, this online netcode is one of the best netcodes I have ever seen in a fighter game. Plus, options you have while waiting in lobby is amazing. You could play against someone else while waiting in a more than 2-person lobby. If you have 4 people in a lobby, you could all play each other at the same time. Most of the time in fighting games, you have to wait for 2 players to finish their match before being able to play a match. In Street Fighter 6, they have done the usual and gone beyond that right here. So yeah, online has ranked, casual match, and custom match when you're in the fighting ground. Wait, let me not just skip past the fact you can have a whopping amount of 16 players in one session. Use it to play amongst your friends and learn together. Discuss strats in a chatbot feature as well. Stages are very cool. Each stage sets off a different vibe depending on location. The Mexico, Brazil and Jamaica stages set off that tropical sun heat vibes, whereas Metro Downtown, King Street and Tianhongyuan stages set off a very street and urban vibe. My top 3 stages have to be Ranga's Hut, Feti Forain and Metro City Downtown. I just truly love the stages. I think it's got this very street urban feel, and I think just the lighting on the stages are absolutely amazing, along with the music tracks as well. In-game announcers for fighting games are extremely rare, but somehow we have quite a few for Street Fighter 6, and featuring 3 big fighting game community members, Tasty Steve, Vicious and James Chen. We also have WWE superstar Zelina Vegas, which is marvelous because I am a big WWE fan, plus shows they have done their research on who's playing the game and getting a variety for commentary. Seeing as we're talking about commentary, let's talk about audio. Now, I like the fact that Street Fighter 6 has done everything fresh in terms of background music, even though they have returning characters. Usually, in most cases, returning characters would have remixes of their original themes. We have heard so many different themes for reuse background music on Street Fighter games, and same can be said for Chun-Li, Ken, E Honda, etc. In this game, the music is a breath of fresh air. Absolutely loving the stage background music. Really fascinated on how different they sound compared to other games and how the pacing changes when your life is low on the game. My only negative comment on the music side of things is that I do feel that the stage background musics are better than the character background musics. They feel more serious and epic. Character background music seem to lack that intensive feel to them. Could be just me, but let me play a few stage BGMs and character BGMs for you. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I feel like the sounds of the hit effects and stuff are really good as well. Like when you hear like the punish counters and the stuff, and when they get hit, thrown to the ground and stuff, and you're seeing all of those stuff off the floor come up and you hear boom, like the sound just sounds great. Like on top of that, they also have sound accessibility for people with bad vision. It has a different sound for when you hit them high, mid and low. So yeah, I just feel like these are just quality of life changes, you know. For it just, they really are trying to cater for everyone when it comes to Street Fighter 6. Right, let's move on to the gameplay and mechanics. In the previous Street Fighter games, they always came with a unique system. Street Fighter First Strike was known for parries. Street Fighter 4 was known for focus attack and focus attack dash cancels, and the juicy combos. Street Fighter 5 was known for robberies and comeback mechanics with V-trigger, V-skill, or using defensive tool V-reversal to push your opponent off when you are getting pummeled with a number of attacks. Street Fighter 6 has a drive system which emulates all what I just spoke about. The drive mechanic has 5 crucial stuff you need to know about. Drive impact, a powerful attack that absorbs an opponent's incoming attack. can also cause pushback on blocking opponents. When performing against the wall, it can cause a wall splat and you can continue to press for the aggression. Be careful as these are vulnerable to level 1, level 2, level 3 and critical art supers. Drive reversal. This is a counter-attack move to push your opponent off when they are attacking you. Takes 2 times drive meter and good for when you are being pressured and need momentum. Drive parry. Parries all attacks but vulnerable to throws. Successful parries replenish the drive meter. Drive rush. Perform a drive rush to add to combos. This can be done from inputting forward from drive parry or forward from a cancelable move. Drive rush from a parry takes 1 bar of meter, whereas cancelable drive rush takes 3 bars of meter. Number 5 is overdrive. Press 2 buttons with special attacks to perform enhanced versions of that move, often referred to as EX moves by other fighting games. These require 2 bars of meter. The combo system allows you to do standard combos or advanced cancels depending on your preference. You can really enjoy the game and level up whenever you're ready with the in-game practice menus. Another marvelous thing that Street Fighter 6 has done is give you the opportunity to choose 3 different control types. Now you have the traditional control type where you can do motion inputs for your moves. Then you also have a new one which is called modern controls for people that just want to press buttons and hope for the best. They have assigned 1 button to do special moves and stuff like that as well, which is pretty good. And then they have dynamic as well, which is for people that are even more casuals and press button to do combos and stuff like that as well. It's a pretty good and unique feature and it doesn't alienate the casual crowd. You know, it's saying that everyone can be involved in this, which is what I love about this game so much. I feel like before, fighting games used to be so hardcore, you have to learn all the inputs and stuff like that, whereas this is more relaxed. One thing that's pretty unique about this whole system is that when your character use all their drive meter, they go into a state called burnout. Now when you're in burnout, you cannot use any of your drive options. No drive impact, no drive reversal, no drive parry, no overdrive or no drive rush. You then receive chip damage and you are able to then be able to be chipped out if you are blocking things like special moves and supers. When you have drive meter, you cannot be chipped with normals or supers. Most fighting games back in the day, when you are blocking and they do a super move, you can be chipped out and you can win that round. But in this game with drive meter, they've changed the rules. Another thing I observed was that a lot of characters seem to have unique moves. They have a lot more target combos and stuff like that as well, which adds to the game. Most of the time people are like, oh, these characters only have 4 moves, but yeah, now it seems like a lot of characters have quite a bunch of moves and they've stacked up the tools you can use in a street fight. If you're new to Street Fighter games, fighting games are pretty fast paced and Street Fighter 6 is no exception. I feel like you'll get involved with it and have so much fun, and there's so much people to play. Once you get into the battle hub, it's literally a free-for-all. You can find someone to play games with and have some fun. As for the World Tour mode, this mode is unimaginable. Having a strong single player mode is something that I've always wanted in fighting games, and I feel it has been lacking for so many years. We have been wanting a solid mode outside of the usual 1v1 tournaments and, you know, arcade modes for quite some time now. I feel like it's been ages. This mode has a Yakuza style feel to it. If you haven't played Yakuza games kind of have this open world kind of like you're going to shops and you're going to different locations and stuff, and you know, you do side missions. It's kind of like you beat up people can beat you up as well if they see you on the street. It's pretty good. I like it. In this mode, you would run around, do side missions, talk to random people. What feels to be open world kind of structured environment is what the World Tour mode is. You can learn moves from already established pros in the Street Fighter universe and take their moves and add them to your own character while unveiling the story of Street Fighter 6. The reason why World Tour mode means a lot to me is because it feels like it is actually trying to bring in casual audience and allow them to have fun in a fighting game universe. The side missions you can do in the World Tour mode, actually teaches people how to do motion inputs without them even knowing. And there's just so much about this mode that I just really like, and I think they've done such a great job. To wrap this up, I would just love to say that Street Fighter 6 is running things in the fighting game world. There is so much unlockable pieces in the game to keep you occupied for quite some time. One thing about fighting games recently is it seems that games doesn't pack a lot in the box for us to unlock, and this game has so much. There's loads of gallery pieces to collect from arcade mode that will take you a few days to unlock, plus the whole new World Tour experience and the Battle Hub. This game is a solid 10 out of 10 from me, and hope that the bar continues to rise with future downloadable content coming out soon. Thank you very much, Capcom, for producing this game and allowing me to do a product review on it. Really appreciate it. Thank you. If you enjoyed this review, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. And yes, we will be doing more reviews like this, and we do appreciate the continued support. The support doesn't go unnoticed, and we wouldn't have been able to do this video without you guys and girls. So thank you very much. We'll be on to the next video. In the past, Street Fighter used to be about DLC just being chucked at you, loads of different costumes and stuff, and Capcom Pro Tour. There wasn't really much for the casuals to get involved and, you know, really sink their fangs into the game. Now it feels like everyone can play the game. There's World Tour mode, which is pretty much easy for anyone else to get into. You have the controls that are easy for you to get into. Then on top of it, you have some fun characters in the game to play. So yeah, I don't know what else more to say about it. There are a bunch of modes in Street Fighter 6 that I haven't been able to test, but I will be testing them out on the June the 2nd. There's a bunch of modes that I wasn't able to test due to the game being given to me early by Capcom, and I appreciate it. We're going to test out on June the 2nd. We're also going to have a bunch of content coming out very soon when the game is released. When the game is released, I can't say too much, but just make sure you check the channel because there's going to be so much content to help new players and people reoccurring from the beta. Other than that, it's been your boy King J. Remember to subscribe, and we'll be on to the next video.